Hey yo, it's your girl Safari and you tuning since at the back. How y'all doing? I'm doing alright. The week has been the week, just like last week, and the week before that. It's hectic. It's getting hot. Our exam seasons are approaching. Well, not yeah. I mean, exam season is approaching. We're having tests back to back. We're having assignments coming up. It's a lot, right? It's a lot to handle. But at the end of the day, we gotta do what we gotta do because it's never gonna stop being a lot. It's just gonna keep coming. I know it's a tiny achievement, but I'd really like to thank everybody who's subscribed, and everyone who's just started following me on Spotify. Really, really appreciate it. I mean, I know it's just 12 subscribers, but it really means a lot to me. It really means that someone out there, I'm just glad that someone out there is listening to what I have to say. I'm kind of happy because of the positive responses I've received from people, saying that it's actually cool, it's actually cool. And a fun fact, monetization isn't active in South Africa, monetization for Spotify. So I'm technically doing it for free and I actually like what I'm doing. So, let's get it. We keep doing this. Anyways, I don't know, I've probably said this 365 times already. However, most of the topics I come up with here are just things I just think about, right? And I know preparation and deep consideration into certain topics are needed, but then I like the light topics, the not necessarily easy to talk about topics, but something I resonate with in that particular time, right? And I know I probably haven't posted for a week again because it is what it is, assignments and stuff. I don't like to rush my content, but I'm gonna try and be consistent. I'm gonna try and be consistent because I'd really like to build a community where we actually talk and interact and stuff like that. And to people who are actually currently listening, please don't hesitate, don't be scared, just comment here and there if you feel like it. And also on YouTube, because I am on YouTube as well, you're more than welcome to listen to the podcast from that side. I mean, when the time comes, I'll start showing my face and stuff. I'm just not ready for that one yet. But those who know me, yeah, y'all know me, so I don't have to literally worry myself about showing y'all my face, anything. But I'm gonna show my face once I get to at least 100 subscribers, both on Instagram. Oh no, not Instagram, sorry. Both on YouTube and Spotify. But that's not today's business. Let's get straight to business. I do have a few questions though, do you feel like you're trapped between four walls? Are you tired of being told what to do? Do you feel overly dependent? Are the four walls limiting your creativity? Okay, that was kind of crazy, but me too. Me too. Oh no, that's crazy. But yeah, me too. I feel everything. Literally, sometimes I'm just the fuck? Do I really have to go through all this? Why can't I just move out? And that is a question. Well, not necessarily a question, but that's just something I've always wanted to do. Since high school already, I've always wanted to move out. I've always been you know what? When am I moving out? Or as soon as I get a job, I'm gonna make sure I save up about 10K and then I'm gonna get out of here. And I did get a job, but I didn't manage to save up that much money. So it's different. It's really different. It's kind of also difficult and stuff. But you know what? Yeah. Anyways, those questions are kind of the reason why a lot of people want to move out. Also believe it or not, I mean, not everyone's raised the same way, so I'm just assuming, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or wherever, some people move out because of the mental and the emotional strain caused by their families. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've actually been raised properly, I guess. But there are quite a few individuals who are trapped in abusive homes and they need to be let go of. Literally need the your freedom. And I mean, it could be physical and mental abuse or verbal abuse or whatever. Parents sometimes they say things, and I've also kind of experienced that. That was also kind of like one of the reasons I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to be here. I don't want to fuck this place. No, I don't want to stay here no more. So yeah, emotional and mental strain. That's one of the reasons why people would like to move out. And the lack of independence. Yes, when you live in your parents' place, you're dependent. When I had a job last year, right? I mean, I didn't get billions of dollars or billions of rands or anything. I wasn't making a lot of money, but I was making something, right? And that little amount of money, it kind of kept me kind of grounded. I don't know if that's the right word, but like, yeah, I was like kind of also like, okay, at least I have something in the bank. So I'm literally my own safety net, my own pillow financially. And now that I don't work, like I'm always dependent on my parents for money. And me being me, I don't always ask for money. Actually, I barely ask my parents for cash. And I'm a grown girl now. I literally need cash to do certain things for myself. And by certain things, I don't mean group and stuff. I don't party. I'm just like a normal child. I like to sleep. So I value indoors time. But having that kind of financial security, because 1K is not financial security, but knowing that you have it kind of makes you feel at ease, and you don't have to depend on your parents that much. And also when you live in your parents' place, some people, with me at least, there's a little bit of freedom, but some people are not independent at all. Their decisions are kind of made by their parents. I don't know if I said that right, but where they can't make their own decisions. Most of the time they depend on their parents to say yes or no for them. And also me, low-key, high-key, that's me. It's also one of the reasons I actually want to leave, because now I'm not independent. I'm low-key trapped, and I'm always seeking my parents' approval. I want to go out, I always have to stop by them. I always have to tell them, yo, I'm going out. And don't get me wrong, it's for safety reasons and whatever, but yo, I want to get out without telling nobody. I want to just be outside. I want to go outside. I want to come back and not explain to anybody where I've been, what I've been doing, who I was with, the parents' phone numbers and all that. Bruh, I don't want to go do that. I don't want to go through that. And that's, the lack of independence. That's literally our parents low-key stealing our independence. And also, it's as crazy as some people's parents still pick their clothes for them. Yeah, they still do. I mean, I'm not talking about high school and stuff. I mean, even in high school, I'm lying because we never shopped a lot anyway, so I'm lying. But I think if we did shop a lot, I'd probably have freedom of choice when it comes to clothing, because that's my parents. But some people's parents are not like that. They're really tight and stuff. Another reason why people might move, or do move rather, is the call to adventure. This ties in with the independence and the feeling trapped and stuff. People just want to be free. We just want to, we honestly, like I said, this is the second time I'm going to say it. I'm not speaking for everybody, and probably speaking for myself, my inner self, because, this one that you're listening to is probably just a facade. I'm just joking, but a lot of us want to be free, want to be young, want to be wild, you know what I'm saying? We want to go out. I know I'm reserved. I really don't like noise and parties, so I think I'll just sit, or probably just go out to museums and stuff, places that are a bit far away, that cost a lot of money, that I can't afford. But the call to adventure, because it's exciting when you're young. Isn't this the 20s that we order? Everyone is telling us, don't go out, you get your chance. As soon as you're done with school, you're gonna go out, you're gonna have all the time, all the freedom. Where? When you stay in your parents' house, where? We don't really have the freedom. freedom to me personally just means doing whatever the fuck I want, and obviously doing it with responsibility, because you can't just do whatever the fuck you want. You have to do responsibly, because every action you take has a consequence. Okay, that sounded weird, but it is what it is. However, once again, I want to do it without having to, check in and check out. Like, tell my parents, yo, I'm going out with this person, with that person, and I'll be coming back at this time. Yes, it's their house, but when I'm outside, when I'm in my own place, I won't have to do that. And that's literally the freedom that most of us have been craving, just to have, like, to answer the call to adventure, just going out and being free, being adventurous, because apparently this is the time. But if this is the time, why are you not letting us do it? Why? Why? Okay, so one of the other reasons, I don't know if this is kind of accurate or not, but it sounds possible. It sounds like a possible reason. Peer pressure. First of all, before I go on, people who do things with the peer pressure, I'll use broken English at this point. Like, if you don't get it, then forget it. But what I'm saying is, people who have this peer pressure thing going on, bro, grow a backbone, because what the fuck? Like, you cannot be following your friends everywhere and stuff. But yeah, peer pressure is literally one of the reasons someone might move out, because a friend said whatever, and that's like cheesy. I don't even know why I included this in my list. Not even gonna dwell into it, because I've never been peer pressured to that extent. Only been peer pressured to good things. So yeah, it's okay. We're not gonna talk about that. But you know what? As we move, as we grow and stuff like that, when you move also, there are quite a few things to take into consideration. Like where are you moving to? The safety, the money side, as in, bills and rent and food, and your mental health, if you're gonna be lonely or not, and also sharing, because it can be fun to share your place with a roomie. And it is a thing in uni, campus life and residential. I really don't like calling it res, but residential life, you know what I'm saying? And we obviously can't just uproot yourself. You can't uproot yourself and expect things to flow. People do it though, and it works perfectly. Well, not in the first time. Just they go through a roller coaster, and then they kind of get back to their feet and stuff. But yeah, there's literally a lot to consider. You have to sit down and actually plan, where you're going. First of all, where am I moving to? Believe it or not, the areas, you have to always consider the areas that you're moving to. And yeah, sometimes when an area is kind of cheap, it's kind of sketchy, but there are quite nice cheap areas to live in. I can't really say much because I haven't gone into Property 24, but they're nice places. And also the nice places is also very expensive, quite expensive. It's quite like an investment and stuff like that. So when you're moving into such places, you have to make sure you got a roomie, or if you don't like to share, have money in your bank account. And it's good to budget something around 10 to 15k. Yeah, 10 to 15k. It's not a lot, but it's a lot. If you don't have a job like me, it's a lot. But if you do have something going on, like a side hustle, if you got a job or a little business, you can actually kind of save up and build up to that amount of money. And it's better to be prepared than to be not prepared financially, because you need the deposit for your rent, you need furniture, you need, some places provide electricity and water in the bill, but then they charge separately. Water can be separate and electricity can be separate. So you can imagine moving into a place, but now you have to pay for two of these things, not at the same time but separately. And then just think about, you need it's cold. Let's imagine it's cold and you just happen not to have money the first month. It's impossible not to have money the first month, but people go through it, so I can't judge. Yes, but think about it, it's cold and you don't have enough money for the winter, and then you don't pay your electricity bill, and you're left to shower with the cold water. That isn't nice. So yes, guys, save up so you're able to pay for your deposit up front, so you can pay for your food, your groceries. I mean, a lot of people starve and stuff, but you have to be prepared. And there are quite a few cheap places to get groceries in Joburg, to be specific. I don't understand people who spend a lot of money and break the bank going to Woolies. No shade, Woolies actually sells quite good food, but like what I'm saying is you got to be able to be budget friendly. Like you have to know how to, you have to learn how to budget. You have to be financially intelligent. I know intelligent is quite a big word to use here, but you have to be smart with your money. Like, there's the Joburg market, right? City Deep Market. You could go there, get your vegetables. You could go to nice places like ShopRite. I know ShopRite can be a mess sometimes, but your canned food, get food that low-key lasts, so that you don't have to keep spending all the time and stuff like that. Just be able to budget and know how to spend your money wisely. And with the sharing part, not a lot of us like to share. I mean, if I could afford, I probably wouldn't share, but think about it though, just to balance things out, it would kind of be a good idea to share as a first timer. I mean, we're human beings, sometimes we might not agree with each other and whatever, but sharing is kind of a good idea if you're considering moving out. Share with your friend, share with someone even though sometimes friends are not the best people to live with. But share with your friends. And another thing, right, overall you have to be kind of stable. I mean, sometimes you don't. I can't really say that, because some people move out and because they're not stable, because they're seeking stability. But if you're actually kind of in a good place, kind of plan this thing properly, because you might not know what's gonna find you in the next door. And also, I'm not saying that you should be scared. I mean, we do get scared to take risks and stuff. Do it. If you have the means, just don't take calculated risks. That's what I'm trying to say. Just take calculated risks and know that okay, say I take this jump tomorrow, I know that okay, this is gonna happen, and even if that happens, even if I crash and burn, I'll be healed. I'll be taken by the paramedics and I'll be okay in the next few months and stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, a lot of people kind of do it without thinking, out of desperation. But once again, if you're in a clear state of mind, then it's best that you plan what you want to do before you actually deep dive, into the deep end and swim with the sharks and the fishes. But you know what I'm saying. And I actually want to make this an entire series, because there's a lot to talk about. There's so much to talk about, and I just want to make a whole stability series of these episodes and stuff. But hopefully I do get the time to do that. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. It probably sounds disorganized, but thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Once again, thank you for the 12 subscribers. You guys are like a bomb. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like or subscribe and comment and share to anyone who needs to hear this. If you've got input, say something, guys. Say something on the comment section. Shout outs. It could be the random shit. You can even greet me and stuff like that. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Ciao.